Gavin Mortimer might know. Gavin's a French correspondent for The Spectator, of course. Gavin, very good morning to you, sir.
Morning, Mike. How are you?
Yeah, very well indeed. So apparently we're going to get the Bayeux Tapestry for a few weeks. Some people are suggesting to me it's only because they're taking it out of the museum and they need somewhere to store it. They're not exactly giving us any favours here. And Emmanuel Macron yesterday more or less said there's nothing we can do. You know, they're going to sit down today and supposedly try and come up with a plan to stop the illegal migration of people coming from France to Britain. But he's basically said, look, you're too nice to them. You're giving them too much of an easy ride. That's why they're coming.
Yeah, this has been a French complaint going back to the days of Sanguet and the jungle 25 years ago, that Britain is so attractive, it's a paradise, it's a benefits paradise, that that's why so many illegal immigrants make the journey. And you know, the French don't care. It's not in France's interest to solve this. They've got about an estimated 900,000 illegal immigrants in their own country. So the more that can go across the channel and make it Britain's problem, the better. Macron's not up for re-election in 2027, so frankly he doesn't care. Don't expect any favours from France.
No, I mean, we never do. I mean, it's kind of ludicrous point that's being made here, you know. And also what really annoyed me was watching Emmanuel Macron and King Charles, both of them, using that dreaded term irregular migration instead of illegal migration.
Well, this is what links Keir Starmer, Emmanuel Macron and King Charles. They're progressives. They think exactly the same on whether it's the green issue or whether it's free movement. And as your listener said just a minute ago, Charles Warrior politician would be a green stroke Lib Dem.
Yeah.
Macron, you know, was a socialist in his youth before becoming a centrist, but he is essentially at heart a socialist, just like Keir Starmer. And so it's absolutely farcical to imagine you've actually got now leading Britain and France, the two most left-wing leaders this century. So this problem is not going to be solved. No. And frankly, it's quite interesting actually, Mike. This state visit has really been sparsely covered in the French media. That's because of Macron's unpopularity. I saw there just before coming on air that poll that said the Starmer government has a 13% approval rating. Macron's is down to 21, which is practically a record low. So these are two leaders widely despised by their people, and they're so out of touch. And this another point to make is that Charles doesn't have the aura of his mother.
No,
and
he really doesn't.
No, the French were in awe of Elizabeth. She was more popular, really, frankly, than most French presidents. Charles, they look at him and just see a rather limp man.
Yeah, I think that is the tragedy of it all. And he can't hide his politics either, which I wish he would do, because he never knew what the Queen thought about anything, but we know exactly what he thinks about everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's that. The Queen had this air of mystique about her, which, as you said, you didn't know really her politics. Quite rightly, that's not her job. But Charles just can't help making it obvious what he thinks, and this is why he gets on so well with Macron. And but this whole state visit, it's not really been covered much in the French media. They've got more pressing issues, and also the French know, Mike, now that Macron don't believe anything he says. He talks the talk, but he never walks the walk. And frankly, I listened to what he said yesterday to Parliament about illegal immigration, or as he would say, irregular movements, and it was very similar to what he said in his first major speech as president in September 2017. He said, "Oh, it was a burden." He used the word treating it with humanity, but we must control our borders. And he actually is the president who's overseen the greatest number of illegal and legal migration to France. It's completely out of control. And as in Britain, it's fascinating to see that the surveys show that it's almost identical. About 75% of the French population, same in the UK, are at their wits' end and they want their borders back.
Yeah, and so say all of us. Gavin, great to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed. We will speak to you again soon. Gavin Mortimer, French correspondent at The Spectator.